Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai Satcharitra, an Insight. Episode-98. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Devotees, we are listening to the narration of Hemat Panji about Vinayak Harishchandra Thakur's darshan of a great saint and later his arrival to Shiradi to have Sri Sainath Maharaj's darshan. Vinayak Thakur was working as a clerk in the revenue department and was sent with a team of surveyors to the southern corner of Maharashtra, the Western Ghats, situated in a district by named Belgaum, to measure the lands in a town called Vadgaon. The team camped at Belgaum, which is presently located in the northwestern parts of Karnataka. Listeners might be surprised, then why did Hemat Panji in his narration mentioned that it is situated in the state of Maharashtra? Let us contemplate on this a bit. Prior to independence, Belgaum and its district were part of Bombay state. Later, in 1956, when the Indian states were reorganized along linguistic lines, Belgaum district was transferred to Mysore state, which was renamed Karnataka in 1972. As Sri Sai Satcharitra was penned prior to independence, it is apt for Hemat Panji to mention Belgaum as a part of Maharashtra. Belgaum lies at the border of two states, Maharashtra and Goa on the Western Ghats. The district is known as Sugar Bowl of Karnataka and is the district headquarters in North Karnataka, with a vast area making it the largest district of that state. The surveyors had camped in this region to measure the lands and encountered a Canary saint by named Appa. I am sure the above introduction will help the devotees to understand the logic following the presence of a Canary saint in the land of Maharashtra. V. H. Thakur is a devoted person and always desired to have darshan of saints and sages presiding in the region. He was sent on deputation. And now he proceeded to have darshan of the Canary saint Appa. As he bowed before him, the saint was explaining a portion from the book Vichar Sagar, authored by Nishchal Das, to his devotees. This is a great scripture and is the metaphysics of the Upanishads and gives the essence of entire world philosophy. The book is an in-depth treatise on Advaita as revealed in the Upanishads. Advaita, meaning non-duality, is a system where Advaita refers to the identity of the Atman and the Brahman. The author Nishchal Das has written many Vedic books and this is the most popular among them. He met his Guru Amara Das in Delhi and stayed with him for 14 years, learning various aspects of Hindu philosophy. When it was time for Nishchal Das to leave the Gurukul, the Guru, in lieu of Guru Dakshana, asked him to marry his daughter. Guru Dakshana is an honorarium or offering made by the disciple to his Guru for the education and training imparted by him. This was the most embarrassing situation for Nishchal Das. A guru is regarded in par with the father, so his daughter will become his sibling. Hence, he didn't want to get into a relationship with his guru's daughter. Whereas the guru was not ready to heed to his response, as he was very much enticed by Nishchal Das' shrewdness and wisdom, so he was stern on his decision. As the situation demanded, Nishchal Das revealed the truth that he belonged to Jat caste, whereas the Guru was a Brahmin. In the olden days, the Brahmin Guru would impart knowledge only to those who belonged to their caste. Hence, Nishchal Das lied to the Guru that he was a Brahmin and gained knowledge from him. The Guru got enraged as he felt his disciple has deceived him. Those days, people belonging to the group of laborers or artisans were considered as untouchables, and mingling with them or imparting any kind of knowledge to these sects of people was considered a sin by the others. Though this earned a curse for Nishchal Das from his guru, later years proves that Nishchal Das became a renowned saint. Many of his works became popular, but this was a crown jewel among all his works, and a mention of this is also made in Sri Sai SATCHARITRA. The book Vichar Sagar replies upon the quest of an inquirer of self-knowledge, as the main doctrines of Upanishads are well explained. Also, an elaborate and critical analysis of the rival systems which look upon them as different and otherwise have been discussed in depth. The author has also brought in a mass of arguments from all available sources. The work itself is a result of a vast amount of reading, and whatever is worth knowing of the Vedas, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Shankya, Puranas, etc. have been included in it. It also contains discussion of the merits of personal and impersonal forms of worship, and seeks to satisfactorily account for the apparent and seemingly anomalous dictum of the several Puranas, wherein each sets up a different form of worship and particularly insisting upon it in lieu of others. Many philosophical truths that are discussed in Sri Sai SATCHARITRA are elaborated in this book. Devotees might recall when a person came to Sainath Maharaj seeking Brahmanyana, Baba listed few qualities to be possessed by such a person, and those traits are all reviewed in detail in this scripture. Vinayak Thakur and the team of surveyors took leave from the Canary Saint Appa. At that moment, the saint spoke to Vinayak Thakur thus: "You may leave now, but be sure to read this book, by which your wishes will come true. Bear this in mind. Later, in the course of your work, when you go towards the north, because of your good fortune, you will have the darshan of a great man on the way. He will show you the path further on and will grant you peace of mind. He will guide you and impart upon you the knowledge of the self." After listening to the kind advice of Appa, Vinayak Harishchandra Thakur and others left the place. At that instant, words of Appa did not create any impact in the mind of Vinayak Thakur. He did not contemplate much on that, but was extremely happy to have had darshan of the saint. And later, as per the dictum of Appa, Vinayak Thakur bought this book and did Parayanam. Once the work in that region was completed, he was transferred to Junnar. It is a subdivision of Pune district. There is a mountain pass in the western Ghats range between the Konkan coast and Junnar in the Deccan plateau. The pass is about 120 kilometers north of Pune and about 165 kilometers east from Mumbai. This Nanagarh Pass stretches over the Western Ghats through an ancient stone-laid hiking trail to the Nanagarh Plateau. The Western Ghats is also known as the Sahyadri, the mountain of patience. The Eastern Ghats are a discontinuous range of mountains along India's eastern coast, unlike the Western Ghats, which is a continuous mountain range. During the reign of the Satavahana, the Nanegat was one of the trade routes. This name was given to this pass because this path was used as a toll booth to collect toll from traders crossing the hills. This connected the Konkan coast communities with Deccan High Plateau through Junnar. Literally, the name Nane means coin and Gut means pass. This is also called the Great Escarpment, that is, a long, steep slope, especially one at the edge of a plateau. Crossing the Nanegat was the greatest obstacle. The road was very formidable and could be traversed only on the back of a bull buffalo, as this was the only means of transport. There was no choice, as it was impossible to climb the gut on foot. There was no other convenient transport. Thus, the conveyance was unusual. The scenic beauty is great, but the path to traverse is very strenuous and adventurous. Devotees might wonder why I should take so much time to explain about this Western Ghats and the Nanagarh Pass. It is inevitable to understand the tedious journey, as the difficulties one had to endure to cross this Nanagarh Pass is very much connected to the moral that will be explicated in the later part of this chapter. Now, Vinayak Thakur took the decision of riding on the bull buffalo, and a buffalo was made ready. It was saddled, and with great difficulty he mounted on it. There was a steep climb. As he was riding on the buffalo, he was reduced to swinging and swaying, and that caused a lot of pain on his back. Hence, this Nanegarh journey was never a pleasant one, instead, gave strain and suffering to the travelers. Finally, he reached Junnar and accomplished his task, because of which he was given promotion and was transferred to Kalyan, a city in Thane district of Maharashtra. I would like to recall a beautiful analogy mentioned by Hemat Panji with regard to the difficulties of crossing the Nanegat from the chapter that depicts the Leela of a devotee by named Cholkar, who vowed to have sugarless tea until he had darshan of Sri Sainath Maharaj. The narration goes thus. As is well said, one can easily cross over Nanegat in Thana district or even the Sahyadri range, but it is very difficult for a poor man to cross Umbregat, that is, the threshold of his house. This analogy makes us clear that it is never easy for a person to overcome the challenges of life without the help of a guide, that is the Guru. Now, Vinayak Thakur has been promoted as a Mamlatdar and was posted at Kalyan, where the accumulation of his past merits borne him fruits. He happened to meet the most ardent devotee of Baba, Nana Sahib Chandorkar, who happened to be his superior in the office. Nana Sahib Chandorkar had great pleasure in talking the divine sport of Baba to everyone and anyone. He would not mind if the listener is his superior or subordinate or servant, but was always excited to talk about Sri Sainath Maharaj as he loved Baba the most. Dashkanu Maharaj and Nana Sahib Chandorkar were considered as the greatest apostles of Sainath Maharaj, says Pujya Sri Narasimha Swamiji. As they both propagated the miracles and glories of Baba, the Parabrahman who walked on the earth, this brought many thousands to Shirdi for Baba's darshan. After listening to the fame of Baba from Nana Sahib Chandorkar, immediately Thakur decided to have Baba's darshan. As such, Thakur was always interested to have darshan of saints and the glories of Sainath Maharaj that he heard from Nana Sahib Chandorkar made him restless and triggered an intense desire to go to Shirdi. Now, Thakur revealed his interest to meet Baba. Lo, Nana at once said that he is going to Shirdi the next day and asked if Thakur was willing to accompany him. As this was Thakur's first visit to Shirdi, he preferred to go with Nana and thought Nana, the ardent devotee, would guide him for Baba's darshan without any hindrance. Though Thakur was willing to accompany Nana, there was an impediment that made Thakur to reconsider his visit to Shirdi. What could have been that obstacle? Did Thakur finally go to Shirdi with Nana Sahib Chandorkar? We shall listen to those captivating Leelas in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.